One got knocked down, he won't get up again. The other went and knocked him down. One got knocked down, and now he's fucking dead. The other went and knocked him out. Combo breaker!
The perfectionist. You know, we all have that one friend who, when they misspell a word or highlight a little too far in that paragraph, they just like crumple up the paper and like, holy shit, and they just go and ask the teacher for another piece of paper and like, why'd you do that? Well, today's Warriors take this perfectionist attitude to the next level. That's right, we have an epic clash between Ultron, the destroyer of the Avengers, and Cell, the perfect life form. Cell. He's been on my show once before against Doomsday, and this probably won't be his last match either. But for now, let's see what he brings to the table to take on Ultron. So, being a Dragon Ball Z character, Cell can fly and manipulate his ki energy for offensive and defensive attacks. He can also sense energy levels, which is pretty useful. He can also copy and mimic ki-based attacks, and he can create after images to fool his foes. He can also create Cell Juniors to fight for him, but they're not very strong. He can also use his telekinesis and teleport, as well as self-destruct, dishing out massive damage, and he can fully regenerate from a single cell as long as the nucleus is intact. Cell also has some pretty OP special attacks, like his Death Beam, a single energy shot used to pierce through enemies, typically for a killing blow. He also has Goku's signature Kamehameha, which is a large blue ki beam, and he has the perfect barrier, where he creates a barrier around him of ki energy to block incoming attacks. He also has instant transmission, which is basically teleportation, and he can also use the Spirit Bomb, but it takes too long to charge. He also has a few other techniques that aren't too notable, such as the Solar Flare. He's strong enough to throw around and defeat Cell Saga versions of Goku and Vegeta. He can even take on Super Saiyan 2 Gohan for a while, and even broke Piccolo's neck in one shot. He's casually able to keep up with Cell Saga Goku in a fight, even at his full power, and he's capable of catching up to the androids as well as matching up against Gohan in a fight. He's able to take a light grenade to the face from Piccolo without any notable damage, and he can go blow for blow against Goku and Gohan. Now, Cell is also incredibly smart and skilled, as he pretty much has the cells and powers and knowledge of Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, Piccolo, and others, making him an incredibly tactical fighter, and he's proven this in combat against these foes before. Now, despite being called Perfect Cell, he's actually not perfect. He's dangerously overconfident and will allow his foes to go to their full power thanks to his Saiyan cells. And, you know, destroying his body, pretty much the only way to put him down, though, is to destroy his body 100%, leaving nothing. But if there's even a single cell left, he will come back even stronger than before. Ultron. What an interesting character. Although his movie wasn't as good as the first Avengers movie. But you know what? Let's just go over the powers and abilities that he has. Now, I will only be using the most common model of Ultron and kind of compositing him and messing around, but I will not allow his, super OP God form. So onto this, what this metallic beast can actually do. He can fly and manipulate energy, as well as create concussive blasts, create tractor beams, and even emit radiation and manipulate lightning. He can create large, powerful sound waves that are capable of and he's capable of manipulating minds. He can also regenerate at a rather high rate. Now, Ultron is strong enough to take out the Avengers and grossly overpower Thor. He's even taken on the Sentry and even overpowered Quasar. He's killed Red Hulk and destroyed Captain America's shield, and so many others, such as Dr. Doom. That's right, this man has fought Dr. Doom. Ultron is quick enough to match Thor and Sentry and the other Avengers with absolute ease in the speed category, and Ultron's body is made of adamantium, making it damn near impossible to break. People like Thor and Sentry have failed to cause any damage to him, even when using their weapons in fullest power. Now, Ultron's also a genius, as he's been stated to be smarter than Reed Richards and even Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, otherwise known as the man who freaking created Ultron. That's right, this machine has somehow become smarter than the man who created him. His only true weakness is, well, he does have weaker non-adamantium parts inside of his adamantium outer skeleton, which can be a problem if someone is to get into that area. Goku is sent flying through the air as Cell looks up to see Ultron. Ultron lands in front of Cell. Cell stares for a moment as Ultron scans him, finding him as an imperfect life form. Ultron launches a concussive blast, knocking back Cell. Cell mockingly laughs at Ultron and launches a small ki blast at him. Ultron knocks it out of the way with a backhand and then flies forward and punches him straight in the gut. Cell stumbles back for a bit as Ultron flies forward and fires a large energy blast at his head, blowing Cell's head clean off. Ultron flies in the distance, only to see Cell teleport in front of him in perfect condition. Cell then lifts his hand and slams them down on Ultron, launching him straight down into the ground as he charges up a blast. Ultron slams into the ground, creating a large crater, and Cell fires a large Kamehameha straight down, creating a larger crater. The dust clears after the attack, and Cell is pulled to the ground by a tractor beam. Ultron grabs Cell by the head and slams him on his knee. He then proceeds to elbow him in the stomach. Cell bends over in pain as Ultron laughs at how pathetic he is. Cell stands back up, pissed off, as 3 Cell Juniors appear. Ultron laughs as one flies forward, but Ultron breaks its arm and throws it into the other two and destroys them with one energy blast. Cell rushes forward and grabs Ultron by the head and sends him into the sky with a ki blast. He then fires a death beam at Ultron. The beam hits Ultron in the arm with next to no effect. Cell rushes over and kicks him in the head multiple times, launching Ultron through the air. Cell charges up one last Kamehameha and fires at Ultron, who fires one massive energy blast. The two meet in mid-air and collide. They struggle for a moment before Ultron's blast overpowers Cell and disintegrates him, leaving nothing left. The winner is Ultron, and hot damn, this match is close. Like, honestly, I usually know who to lean towards. I was really thinking Cell was gonna win this. But you know what? Each one had a way to counter the other one, so this started to look like pretty much a stalemate. But I'll go ahead and go into stats and then explain why Ultron takes the win. So both clock in at solar system level, but I'd have to give a slight edge to Ultron for having more feats that could be seen as stronger than solar system level, and honestly for having fighting a greater amount of foes with varying abilities. So strength-wise, I can give a slight advantage to Ultron here. Now speed, they're both at light speeds thanks to fighting people like Goku and the Sentry, and you know, a few other opponents here. Now intelligence is an interesting one, as Goku is a better fighter than most of what Ultron has had to face. While Cell is technically a better fighter for being able to keep up with Goku, Ultron is way smarter in other categories, so really that makes this entire intelligence section null and void altogether. So now on to Cell's regeneration versus Ultron's adamantium skeleton. So Cell's regeneration is ungodly, because to kill him, you're gonna need to disintegrate everything. There can't be a single nucleus left, or he's coming right back and he'll be even stronger. But at the same time, Ultron's got an adamantium skeleton and is indestructible, except for a few things which Cell doesn't have the ability to. He doesn't have adamantium, he can't superheat his skeleton, and you know, he definitely doesn't have the ability to vibrate the atoms to separate it. Now, as another thing to mention is people are gonna say, well, why can't his ki break it? Well, Sentry's energy attacks did nothing, and we've seen Iron Fist version of ki barely even able to harm Wolverine. And while these are different than Dragon Ball's version of ki, we can kind of apply similar logic here. So Cell doesn't stand much of a chance at destroying Ultron's adamantium skeleton, not to mention Ultron also has a pretty high healing factor. So really, Cell has no way of winning this matchup, especially since the Cell Juniors are useless, his ki can't pierce through his body, and Ultron's capable of destroying Cell with his energy attacks. So this is damn near unwinnable for Cell. Our winner is Ultron. It's time on Combo Breaker. You know, one of my favorite episodes I've researched so far is when I do Nintendo characters. Like, honestly. So next time we've got two Nintendo characters who are in a clash. Two magical people wielding books. That's right, next time we have Lana from Hyrule Warriors versus Robin from Fire Emblem. First of all, let me thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to any friends you know who like versus debates. And, you know, tell me what you think of the next match. Give me your predictions, maybe suggest matches in the comments, and they might happen.